Hello, 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 and welcome to this webinar on the speakers tour in Germany. I'm Andreas from Climate Tracker, and I have with me Bastian from Oxfam, who will just be introduced to you in a minute. What we are going to do in this brief 50 minutes webinar is to explain to you what actually is the speakers tour about, where you can get fully funded to Germany, why it makes a difference, and also how you can apply, because probably that's why you are watching. So to start, I'm Andreas. I work with Climate Tracker, and with me I have Bastian from Oxfam. But Bastian, can you just tell people who you are, what you do, and why you're on this call?
Hello, everybody. My name is Bastian, and I'm working as a campaigner on climate change and energy with Oxfam Germany. I also have a T-shirt with me, Oxfam on tour, so that you know I'm really from Oxfam. For those among you who don't know Oxfam yet, just a few words. Oxfam is, in whole, it's a NGO working together with partners and local communities in more than 19 countries. And simply said, our objective is to fight poverty by mobilizing the power of people against poverty. So we are running both programs and campaigns to raise awareness about issues like climate change and put pressure on politicians. Yeah.
And speaking of pressure on politicians and all these kind of things, so you organize a speakers tour in Germany. Why does Oxfam Germany and you invite people from the global south to Germany and for doing a speakers tour here?
First of all, we can't win the fight against poverty without tackling climate change. Climate change is a real threat, particularly for the poorest people in developing countries who are being hit first and hardest by climate change. So we are seeing across our work, we are seeing how increasingly stronger and more increasing extreme weather events, droughts, and natural disasters are devastating people's livelihoods, and how it makes for them it's harder to grow food. So the question is, who is responsible? Of course, everybody and every country must take action against climate change, but rich countries like Germany have contributed the most to climate change, in particular due to the massive use of dirty energy like coal. Therefore, rich countries have a particular responsibility to fight climate change ambitiously and to phase out fossil fuels like coal immediately, as soon as possible. So when we talk about Germany, many people probably see Germany as a climate champion or as a leader in renewable energy. And indeed, this Germany has done in the past a lot to support clean, renewable energy. But we do also question Germany to be a climate champion, because the flip side of the coin is that Germany is still heavily relying on coal for energy production, which is the most dirty sort of energy fueling climate change. And politicians, our impression is that politicians are doing not enough to change that. So we want the people to know and talk more about climate change. And therefore, in the run to regional elections in 2017, which are in Germany, which are highly relevant to climate issues, Oxfam wants to invite two powerful voices from the global south, for example, from Africa or from Asia, for a speakers tour to Germany. We want you, the two speakers, to give the chance to share your stories about climate change with the people. And by the speakers tour, we want to raise awareness about the dramatic impacts of climate change in the global south, and to want to make people and politicians understand the problem, the urgent need to fight against climate change, and to commit to more ambitious climate action.
Okay, cool. And people watching probably want to know, like, wow, I want to be that voice for the global south and kind of come to Germany, tell about the devastating impacts of climate change in my region, my community, or wherever. But they might also wonder, how does the speakers tour then actually look like?
So basically, the speakers will, during the tour, they will talk about the impacts of climate change in their community, in their country, in their own life, to different audiences. For example, they will give presentations or speeches at public events. They will speak to politicians and to journalists, for example, by giving interviews to newspaper journalists or to radio or television. And they will also meet other German groups and activists. Moreover, we are also going to visit one of the biggest coal mining regions in Europe called North Rhine-Westphalia. And they will also learn more about climate policy in Germany and also about climate activism in Germany during the tour.
Cool. And you know, you do all this amazing stuff, but I think you've done a similar tour, a similar speakers tour last year, and I wonder, like, what kind of impact does it actually have, or does it make a difference in your opinion if people from the Global South come to Germany?
Yeah, my experience is that it makes a huge impact. Maybe some of you have already seen the video which we put in the Facebook event. So you know, it makes a big difference if people just read a study like IPCC about climate change, or if they get the chance to speak and to listen face to face with people like you from the Global South, telling them about the stories, your stories about climate change and your personal experiences with climate change in your life and your country. Also, we made good experiences like what Andreas already mentioned with a speakers tour which we did last year, when we invited Hindu from Chad and Melvin from the Philippines to come to Germany for a tour. And during the tour, many of the people and the politicians which we met along the tour through public events and so on, they were very touched by listening to them. And some of them, even environment politicians, said that they were not aware before meeting them. They were not aware about the extent of these impacts. And I think this was a very good opportunity to make people to understand, to touch people, and to make people understand the problem and to commit to more climate action. And also, I think for Melvin and Hindu, it was the two coming to Germany last year. It was impressive also to see such a big coal mining region in the middle of Europe, in Germany, and also to see how groups in Germany are fighting coal and climate change.
Wow. So the question now probably for lots of people is, who actually can apply for this opportunity? Who can participate and come to Germany?
So in general, everybody from the Global South, like from Africa or from Asia, who fights climate change and the consequences can apply. But I would say the most important requirement is that you speak fluent English, because during the tour you will speak English at the events. That you, of course, that you are able to talk about climate change impacts in your country, your region, your community. And that you also feel comfortable to speak to media, like giving interviews to radio or television. In the best case, you already have experience with giving such interviews. And last but not least, of course, you should be available for approximately 10 to 12 to 14 days in March 2017, in the last 2 weeks of March 2017, because this is when the tour is going to happen. So we organize this tour and offer the opportunity for you, and you might now wonder how to apply, and Andreas can tell you how to do it.
Sure. So most of you might already know our app, also at.climatetracker.org. You simply have to sign up there, and you will find the link below this video. So just click on it, and you have to sign up there for the opportunity. And then we want you to write our approximately one-page article about the impacts of climate change in your country, because we know so many communities, so many regions are already affected, and we would like to write you an article about it to see how it goes. Like, we've already seen temperatures rising in the first half of this year to 1.3 degrees. We have committed, or the international community had committed itself to 1.5 degrees in the Paris Agreement. But we already see the devastating effects of climate change. We would like you to write an article about that. And then when you hand in this article in the app, you will also find descriptions and all the information then later on there. We will pick the most promising candidates and have interviews with them and so on. And then finally, 2 of you will be chosen for the opportunity to go to Germany. And I'm really excited about this because I think it's not only something that in my experience makes a big difference in Germany, but it's also a huge opportunity for you as activists, for you as voices in the climate fight, to sharpen your profile, to come here fully funded, and to learn a lot. Also, at this point, I just briefly want to mention that we have many more opportunities like scholarships for the COP and all these kind of things. And of course, if you hand in an article for this opportunity to apply for this speakers to, Oxfam is doing in collaboration with Climate Tracker. We will also kind of keep that in mind if you have handed in an article here. For the other opportunities we will provide for you in the next week. So definitely stay tuned, participate in that, apply, and I guess the only thing I have to say at this point is that yeah, you should just apply. And I just wonder, like, if Bastian has any more to add, like, why, as someone who has participated in the last speakers tour, why people should do it. Why should people participate in that?
Yeah, it is. I think it's a perfect opportunity for you to share your knowledge and your experiences about climate change with the people here in Germany that are really grateful, according to our experiences from the last tour, and listening and talking to you. I think this will definitely have an impact on the people. Also, you, as Andreas already mentioned, you learn a lot and you can sharpen your profile as an activist. And of course, yeah, the tour is fully funded by Oxfam, meaning that we cover all the costs, like travel costs, accommodation, and your expenses here in Germany.
Great. So I guess that's from our side everything we can say. You can engage on Twitter in the conversation if you have any question with the hashtag climate tracker, or also tweet at us at climate tracking, and we will answer a question regarding the application process or any other questions you might have. You can also ask questions in the Facebook or Google event, or email us if you have any questions regarding the application process. So, like, I would just really invite you to apply for this really great opportunity. And yes, that's everything from my side. Looking forward to receive your applications.
So probably there are so many among you that will be perfect speakers for the tour, but unfortunately, in the end, we can invite only 2 of you. Yeah, therefore, we are looking forward to all your articles for your application you're sending us, and we wish you good luck. Bye-bye.
So, bye-bye, and all the luck with your application, and there are many more, so really apply for it. It's a great opportunity. Looking forward to see your applications. Bye.
Bye.